When it comes to building up speed, there are a lot of obstacles and traps we could fall into. Most of them are obvious and easy to point out. But today we're going to take a look at one problem where not many teachers are talking about. This little issue can impede your timing, your tightness and your speed. But not any longer, because I'm Justin Hornbach, back from my practice cave, and welcome to today's lesson about slides and position shifts. Imagine you are in ultimate shred mode and you want to play the hell out of your favorite scales. You want to connect one of your favorite fingerings with another one. But every time you make a position shift, there's some sort of lag in speed and in timing and control. The first note from every position shift isn't always on the right beat. This is because of a little slide we have to make when we're going from one position to the next position. This little slide is an extra movement we aren't often aware about. And to work on this problem, I've created one etude, you've heard that in the beginning, that will train on your slides and your position shifts. But not only this, it will also help you to develop left-hand speed, endurance and overall fretboard visualization. So let's get ready. Grab your guitar, download the tabs from the link in the description box and let us dive in right into the lesson. As usual, first I'm going to play this lick and this etude slow and without a regular tempo, and then I'm going to see you in the lesson. Okay, this lick is in B minor and it's played only on the G string. We are dividing the lick in 4 bars and every bar is separately divided in different sections. Each section can contain different kind of numbers, different kind of notes, sometimes 3 notes, sometimes 5 notes, 4 notes. So there is not one pattern going on all the time. The patterns are changing in between those sections. Okay, let's check out the first bar. The first bar goes like this. Let's check out the separate sections of this bar. The first section, the first phrase goes like this. Just simply with our pinky on the 7th fret on the G string, pulling to the 4th fret, hammering from the 4th fret index to the 6th fret with our ring finger, and again from the 6th fret to the 7th fret. Now we are sliding from the 7th fret with our pinky to the 9th fret, and here is our next phrase. Just a simply 3-note phrase where we are pulling from the 9th fret with our pinky to the 7th fret with our middle finger and to the 6th fret with our index finger. Then, after that, sliding from the 6th fret index finger G string to the 7th fret G string with our index finger again. And here we are ready for the next phrase, which is again a 3-note phrase. We're just hammering from the 7th fret to the 9th fret with our middle finger and to the 11th fret with our pinky. And all together we're having. Then sliding from the 11th fret with our pinky to the 9th fret and playing the last phrase. This one is a bit longer phrase. We are first pulling from the 9th fret with our pinky to our index finger. Then playing with our middle finger the 7th fret, the 11th fret, back again to the 7th fret, and the 6th fret, resolving into the 7th fret, which is the first note of the next bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All the notes in this lick are 60 notes, and I'm just picking the very first note. Then I never again pick in those 4 bars. Okay, let's check out the second bar. The second bar slow goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the first phrase contains a 3-note phrase again. You know this phrase we have played in the first bar. It's the 7 hammering to the 9th fret, hammering to the 11th fret phrase. In the first bar we have slided from the 11th fret with our pinky to the 9th fret. This time we're sliding up to the 12th fret. Playing the second phrase, which goes like this. Hammering, pulling from the 12th fret to the 11th fret, from the 11th fret to the 9th fret, and hammering back to the 11th and the 12th fret. Then sliding with our pinky again to the 14th fret on the G string, playing the third phrase. The third phrase goes like this. Again another 3-note phrase. Just simply pulling from the 14th fret, 14, 12, 12, 11. And then sliding with our index from the 11th fret to the 12th fret and playing the last phrase, which goes like this. Just simply up and down, descending and ascending. We're hammering from the 12th fret to the 14th fret with our pinky to the 16th fret and pulling back again to the 12th fret. So the second bar goes like this. And together with the first bar. When we are continuing from the second to the third bar, we are not sliding into the next bar like we did in the first, from the first to the second bar. We are hammering in the next bar this time. The ending from the second bar goes like this. And the beginning from the third bar start with and hammer on with our pinky from the 12th fret where our index finger lies to the 14th fret with our pinky. And then the third bar goes like this slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the third bar starting with the pattern where we skip the second note. We begin with the 14th fret on the G string with our pinky and pulling direct to the 11th fret on the G string with our index. Then pulling, hammering to the 12th fret with our middle finger and hammering to the 14th fret with our pinky again. Now we are sliding into the second phrase, which is in the 16th fret of the G string, and here we have our common 3-note phrase where we're only playing the notes down the scale. So in this case 16, 14, 12. And we're doing it via pull-offs. Now we're sliding into the third phrase, where we're hammering this down the scale, the notes. 11, 12, 14 with our index, middle and pinky. And all together we have. Then sliding with our pinky from the 14th fret to the 12th fret. And here we have this phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6-note phrase where we combine the phrase where we skip the second note with the 3-note phrase. So first we're starting the skipped pattern. 12, pulling direct into the 9th fret. Then hammering 11th fret and again 12th fret. And now we are pulling just 3 notes down the scale, 12, 11 and 9. And this was the third bar. In the fourth bar we are combining 3-note phrases with 5-note phrases. We have 2 5-note phrases, 2 3-note phrases. 5 plus 5 equals 10, 3 plus 3 equals 6, 10 plus 6 is 16, so we have a full 4/4 bar. Yeah, I love simple math. Okay, so we are starting on the 7th fret with our index finger and hammering the scale upwards. So easy, 7, 9, 11 on the G string. Then we are sliding on from the 11th fret with our pinky to the 9th fret. And here we are playing the first 5-note phrase, which goes like this. We have 9, 7, 6, 7, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pulling and hammering. Okay. Sliding back from the 9th fret to the 7th fret with our pinky, playing again 3-note phrase, this time the scale down, so 7, 6, 4. Then we are sliding from the 4th fret on the G string with our index finger to the 2nd fret and playing the next 5-note pattern, which goes like this. 2, 4, 6, 4. And resolving in the last note, our root, the B. So all 4 bars together we have. Please keep in mind in this lesson that when you are sliding from one position to the next position, from one fingering to the another one, that you're sliding direct and don't waste too much time on the slide. This is the thing that keeps you away from being precise and being up to speed. Slide like this. And not like this. You see or hear the difference? Let me play the wrong way again slow. And here's how you should do it. So use a lot of energy in the slides, so you don't have to waste a lot of time in between those positions, even when you're playing it slow. Play it like this. This is really helpful when you want to increase the speed and play it up to tempo. Because the movement itself, the tempo of the movement, should stay the same. It should be the same in the faster tempo like in the slower tempo. The movement is not relevant to our current tempo. Try to get the full amount of note before you make the slide. Of course, the slide will always take a bit of space, always take a bit of time, but try to decrease that time as much as you can. It's different if you are playing it like this. Or whatever, or you play it like this. You can hear how the note is fully ringing before we are making the slide to the next note. So I hope you liked this little etude and lesson. If you liked the video, then feel free to like, to share, and if you want more lessons from me, always feel free to subscribe or give me a thumbs up on Facebook. It's always really important for me to connect with you guys. So write me a comment or write me on Facebook if you have some sort of questions. I'm trying to answer them. Right now it's time for me to go back into my practice cave, prepare myself for the next lesson, and I'm hopefully going to see you there. So cheers and keep practicing. Bye.